First of all, congratulations. This thing, let's just say it hit close to home for me in a lot of ways, and in the best of ways, too. And congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was curious for you two writing it. Was it kind of difficult because it is reliving kind of a tough period, or was it cathartic, or was it also lovely because it's your love story?
It's kind of all of that.
All of those.
All of that, I think. Plus, you get this added bonus of like getting to correct any like wrongs that you feel like you maybe have made in your past.
Actual life?
In your like kind of recast your own story a little bit, but it was definitely. We talked about that year. We talked about me being sick plenty of times, but not to this depth and not with this much intensity and this much detail. I was talking to my parents about it a lot, and I think that was all really helpful because often you don't. Unless you have a reason to do that, you don't really delve into that kind of stuff with people. So we had a reason, and that part was really lovely.
Yeah, it was all of that. It was cathartic. Some of it was very difficult, and then eventually it was cathartic, and it was exciting to be able to tell our story.
Yeah, and I would think one of the challenges would be finding the right Emily. And why was Zoe the right Emily?
She was just so great. We saw so many great actresses, but the Emily that's on the page, which is all she saw, we didn't know each other ahead of time, is who she kind of brought into the room, which is a person who takes herself seriously, but she still has fun and is funny. I think often women, and men too, but women in movies are either funny or serious, and they don't ever get to be both. And I wanted whoever played Emily to kind of be both, and she just kind of was the right fit, and it does not hurt that she and I are very similar human beings. We're wearing very similar dresses today that we didn't plan whatsoever, and all that stuff helps. We could have done a good job maybe with another Emily, but I think this is like ideal.
Yeah, it was. It was the one thing I was most concerned about before we started making the movie. I was like, we have to be able to find an Emily, because if that relationship doesn't work,
The whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, so I was really nervous, but then we started auditioning, and we were like, oh my God, there's so many great actresses, and then Zoe was just right.
Right. I consider myself a student of history, world history as well, and there were a lot of things that I learned about Pakistan that I did not know.
The one-man show?
And yes, through the one-man show.
Major exports are cotton and concrete.
Yeah, and I didn't know that, as much as I knew that India and Pakistan were one country years ago.
Not that long
even
ago.
that long
Right.
ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew there was an issue there, but anyway, is one of the maybe added benefits the fact that audiences will learn a little something
That's funny. I hadn't even thought about that.
I think
about your culture? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll get hopefully one of the added side effects is that they'll get to see an example of a Pakistani family and how they relate to each other and how they are a family.
Yeah.
I think that would be great if people get to see a loving Pakistani family. That's not something that's really shown. With regards to the specific historical stuff, I think most people, I don't think anybody's going to remember it.
They might remember how to make mithai.
Mithai?
Yeah. That might be something they remember.
Yeah. I think they'll just see, I hope they just get a glimpse into a culture that they only see from the outside, and I hope they understand that, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of interesting stuff.
It transcends. I mean, I'm a Jewish family. My wife's Italian. It just, like I said, this movie hit home. It seemed very different on the outside. It couldn't have been more similar on the inside.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh my God, that's a great thing to hear.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of what we realized too. Like my family's Southern North Carolina, his family is Pakistani, and we both have like fried foods in common. Like there's like the process of eating and the rituals around eating. To me, I was like, oh, we're exactly alike in ways that I hadn't kind of realized.
Yeah, both our families are big into foods.
Yep. Same over here.
Yeah.